Hi friends, welcome back. When we praise God as a community, we gather in a church building for Mass. The church is a sacred space, and we need to show respect to God by behaving with reverence. Each Catholic church has many sacred items and sacred spaces to explore. Today, you are going to go on a church tour to find these special places and articles. When we go to Mass, when we are in the church building, Jesus is present in a special way. If you were entering the building, do you think you would be running and shouting or walking and speaking softly? Shouting would not be reverent behavior. Treating the church building with reverence glorifies and praises God best. All people, including the priest, show reverence to our sacred spaces. We can usually recognize our priest because of his Roman collar. The Roman collar looks like this, and it is a sign of the priest's holy calling. We should treat all people and our special worship space, the church, with extra special respect and reverence. When we are in the presence of the Blessed Sacrament, such as in the tabernacle or within a monstrance for adoration, we should genuflect before we enter our pew. Genuflecting is a behavior that goes very far back in time where people would kneel before a king. Jesus is our king, so we genuflect to him. This shows our great love to Christ the King. To genuflect correctly, you need to put your right knee on the ground and bend your left leg. It should look like this. Some people also like to add in the sign of the cross prayer for extra special reverence. Remember, in our previous lesson, we said that making the sign of the cross is praying with our whole body and soul at once. Genuflecting adds even more reverence to the sign of the cross prayer. If the Blessed Sacrament is not present when we enter the nave, which is our worship space, then we should bow to the altar to show reverence. If the tabernacle is present with the candle lit, then the Blessed Sacrament is present, and then instead of bowing, we should genuflect. Okay, let's do it together. Stand up and let's try genuflecting now. Can you genuflect and make the sign of the cross too? This might take some practice. Let's play a little game. I'm going to show pictures. Some will be where you should bow, and others where you should genuflect. See if you can figure it out. Remember, the candle needs to be lit by a tabernacle or a monstrance has Christ in it for you to genuflect. We bow to an altar that does not have Jesus present and the Blessed Sacrament around it. Okay, let's see if you can figure it out like a game of Simon Says. Stand up and get ready. Here we go.
When you see this picture, you should bow to the altar. There is no tabernacle in sight. Here is a tabernacle. You should genuflect. There is a tabernacle to the left of the altar. It is time to genuflect. Another tabernacle. Genuflect again.
Every time we are in our church building, our sacred space, we should try to bless ourselves with holy water and remind ourselves of our baptism, which has made us an adopted son or daughter of God. Remember to bow to the altar or to genuflect if Christ is present in the tabernacle. In today's activities, see how many articles of the Mass you can name. Then, look at the parts of the Mass again. In what parts of the Mass do we use these different items that we discussed today? Look at the order of the Mass and see if you can figure it out. See you next time, my friends!